Jammu Links News Top Stories is brought to you by Tasya Herbals alcohol-based hand sanitizer with neem and aloe vera extracts, helping India fight COVID-19. The death toll due to COVID-19 rose to 31 in Jammu and Kashmir with the death of a 70-year-old man in southern Pulwama district on Monday. Deputy Medical Superintendent District Hospital Pulwama informed that a 70-year-old man was brought dead to the hospital today morning. His swab sample was taken, which came out to be positive now. Earlier, a 72-year-old man with comorbidities from Doda and a 45-year-old man from Shopian died due to COVID-19. With these fatalities, the death toll due to the virus in J&K has gone up to 31. So far, Srinagar district has highest number of fatalities, 7 followed by Anantnag and Baramulla with 5 deaths each. Kulgam has reported 4, 3 from Shopian, Budgam and Jammu have 2 each, and 1 death each has been reported from Bandipora, Doda and Udhampur. 2 main wholesale markets in Jammu were closed on Monday after a worker at Nehru Market tested positive. A labourer who works in the Nehru Market warehouse tested positive on Sunday night. The worker had reportedly visited another wholesale market, Kanak Mandi, so both Nehru Market and Kanak Mandi were shut on Monday. The worker, who is a resident of Chowkichora, Akhnur, was hiding after being tested positive. He was found in Pahadiya Mohalla area of Jammu after an 8-hour search operation by the police. 3 heavily armed terrorists were killed on Monday in an encounter with army troops along the line of control in Nowshera sector of Jammu and Kashmir's Rajouri district. A group of terrorists attempted to sneak into the site from Pakistan-occupied Kashmir in the early hours of Monday but were intercepted by the alert troops near Kalal village, triggering a gunfight. 3 terrorists were killed as the army successfully foiled their infiltration attempt. The Union Cabinet on Monday approved Rs 20,000 crore subordinate debt for stressed micro, small and medium enterprises, which will benefit 2 lakh such units, said Union Minister Prakash Javadekar. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has recently announced a Rs 20 lakh crore economic stimulus package for the country fighting the coronavirus, stating that it will give a new impetus and a new direction to the Self-Reliant India campaign. Director General of Border Security Force SS Deswal visited forward areas along the international border in Jammu frontier and reviewed the border domination plan, the border guarding force said on Monday. Deswal, who arrived on May 30th on a 2-day visit, also reviewed the prevailing COVID-19 situation and advised the troops to indulge in physical activities for improved immunity to deal with the pandemic. The Jammu and Kashmir government has evacuated about 104,436 J&K residents stranded in other parts of the country due to COVID lockdown via Lakhanpur and through special trains and buses till date, amid strict observance of all necessary guidelines and standard operating procedures. As per the official data received in this regard, the administrations of Jammu and Kashmir districts have received 39 COVID special trains at Jammu and Udhampur railway stations from different states and UTs so far, with about 31,034 stranded passengers, while about 73,402 persons have been evacuated by the government through Lakhanpur till date. In response to the call given by the National Coordination Committee of Electricity Employees and Engineers, a joint amalgam of the power employees all across the country, the Jammu and Kashmir Power Engineers and Employee Coordination Committee on Monday observed Black Day as nationwide protest against the central government's move to go for privatization of the DISCOMs of UTs followed by states. Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Monday termed the coronavirus as invisible enemy and called India's corona warriors as invincible, asserting that they will win the battle against the virus. Prime Minister was speaking at the 25th Foundation Day of the Rajiv Gandhi University of Health Sciences, Karnataka via video conference. The Jammu-based White Knight Corps on Monday commemorated its 49th Raising Day with its Journal Officer Commanding Lieutenant General Harsha Gupta, complimenting all ranks for their outstanding contribution in maintaining vigil along the line of control. The White Knight Corps was raised on June 1, 1972 and is operationally committed in pursuit of guarding and maintaining the sanctity of the LOC and combating terrorism. It is also actively involved in various empowerment programs for the local populace in the region. Security forces launched a search operation following suspected movement in the riverine areas along the international border in Jammu and Kashmir's Kathua Samba sector. The Border Security Force and police launched the search operation in the Hiranagar area last Sunday night after receiving information about the use of torchlights and suspected movement along the border. The entire area was cordoned off and searches conducted till Monday morning. Security forces and police busted a narco-terror module in Budgam district of Jammu and Kashmir and arrested 6 associates of band Jaish-e-Mohammed on Monday. The terrorist associates were in close connection with Pakistan-based handlers and involved in drug trade, supply of weapons and assisted financially to active terrorists of Jaish-e-Mohammed. Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Monday said that violence, abuse and rude behavior against frontline workers like doctors, nurses and sanitation workers is not acceptable. In April, the central government had brought an ordinance to end violence against health workers, making it cognizable non-bailable offence with imprisonment up to 7 years for those found guilty.
Violence, abuse and rude behavior is not acceptable. Steps have been taken to protect you against any form of violence.
To protest against the indifferent attitude of Managing Director and government on the call of Suresh Sharma, spokesman JK Forest Corporation Employees Forum, maintaining social distancing employees throughout Union Territory of J&K, held massive gate demonstration at divisional as well as SFC headquarters both at Srinagar and Jammu for non-payment of 2 months' pay in spite of clear-cut standing instructions by not less than Prime Minister of India. 4 trains with migrant workers are scheduled to leave for Chhattisgarh and Madhya Pradesh in the next 2 days from the Katra railway station in Riyasi district of Jammu and Kashmir. Over 30,500 migrant workers have been sent back to their home states and union territories in specially arranged 19 Shramik trains between May 19th and 28th. Security forces on Monday launched a major combing operation in half a dozen hamlets along the line of control in Jammu and Kashmir's Poonch district following inputs of an infiltration bid by a group of terrorists. The army and police launched a search and combing operation in 6 to 7 hamlets along the LOC in Mindhar Tehsil of Poonch early in the morning. India is now at 7th position ahead of France and Germany in terms of the spread of the COVID-19 pandemic. On Sunday, it jumped 2 positions due to the highest one-day increase so far, with 8,392 new cases. As India starts unlocking itself from the most stringent lockdown the country has ever seen, the number of novel coronavirus cases have started shooting up alarmingly, raising concerns that the worst is yet to come. Total cases by Monday morning were 1,90,791 and death 5,408. The monsoon rainfall between June and September over the country will be 102% of its long period average, said the Ministry of Earth Sciences on Monday. Indian Meteorological Department on Monday said that monsoon has arrived in Kerala today and added that the coastal areas up to South Gujarat will witness rain till June 4th.
So the conditions are becoming more favorable for a good monsoon. So with quantitatively the monsoon rainfall June to September over the country as a whole will be 102% of its long period average. Long period average means 88 centimeter if you take the long term data.